we're in Hong Kong and we had a great last night, evening. We just walked around. The city is just impressive at night. You feel like you're in one of these science fiction movies or futuristic scenario. We had some great meals, and I'm looking forward to discover the city in the daytime and do a couple of touristy things and explore some of the proper Hong Kong cuisine.
Guys, so our trip to Hong Kong was very successful. For a day and a little bit, we've done quite a good bit. For the first evening, we just walked around Wan Chai and in the harbour just to get a sense of the place. And the architecture, the famous view of the harbour is stunning at night and during the day as well, as you can see in some of the videos that I'll show you. Just walking around the city feels very futuristic. You feel nearly like you in one of these 80s science fiction movie like Blade Runner or things like very high rise. And at the same time, when you jump into the little narrow streets, you find people cooking all sort of food on different stalls and markets, and the life is like it was many years ago as well. So for the first night, we ate in, we basically didn't have anything planned. We tried this place called Vulamadu Steakhouse, which is based on the 31st floor of one of the skyscrapers. You have stunning view of the Hong Kong island, and a very good steak and very good food as well. Not on the cheapest side, but very tasty, and you have amazing view around. For the full day, we decided to do as many touristy stuff as we could fit in. So we went off early. We had a quick breakfast TV. Basically, we just passed by. It wasn't too far away, and it was very much Western type breakfast, trendy with avocado toast and granola bowls and things like that. Very tasty, very handy if you're in the Wan Chai area. Apart from that, yes, you definitely see ding trams that are going around the place in Hong Kong Island. We didn't get to one of those. We walked around most of the times, but you can see them. It's great to see them. I think Hong Kong is the only place that actually have those little slim trams, two-decker trams that are going around Hong Kong Island. So we obviously, one of the things that we want to do that day is get the feel of the Wan Chai area, and as well to check out antique part of the city and the Hong Kong Island itself. And for that we went to Upper Alaska Road, which is basically a street market for antiques and kind of bric-a-bracy stuff. Some of it's quite touristy. Some of them is very old and genuine. It depends. Whole area is full of antique shops and galleries. We were there on Sunday, which is not a great day because most of these shops are not opening on the weekend or a Sunday. But if you're there during the week, and if you're into some sort of Chinese art, it's definitely worth to come in. The whole area of that part of the town is very much bohemian. There's quirky little spots, coffee shops and shops itself that you can bump into. Plenty of little park areas chucked in the middle of these high-rise buildings that are hiding around, and these beautiful temples. We went to see one of the main ones. That's the most popular Manmo temple, which is amazing to see. But apart from this one, which is the most popular one, you see scattered around different areas and different streets, this tiny little kind of shrines and each shrine is slightly different, and it's very interesting to see. A few times I bump into them, there was people praying or singing or playing drums and things like that. It's obviously trying to be respectful of their beliefs, but it's just amazing to see something that we don't normally in the Western Europe or Western world in general. Apart from that, we tried to do some food thing, and we wanted, of course, to try dim sum. One of our taxi drivers actually we used recommended one place that we haven't actually tried. It's called One Dim Sum, seemingly so it's meant to be good. The one that we did go to was Madame Fu. Madame Fu is a kind of trendy little place in a building of the old prison. It's actually in the old barracks building. The whole area of the prison has been renowned for being an arts centre, an installation centre, and there's different kind of galleries and shops and restaurants around the place. Madame Fu's were good. The dim sum was lovely and delicious. Great atmosphere, and it's probably not the type of dim sum that would be traditional when the trolley arrives and you take stuff. You have a menu. It's much more, let's say, westernized in a way for the tourists probably. But nevertheless, we had a beautiful food, and of course they did Peking duck, which was delicious and definitely highly recommended. After that, we had to try and go to Victoria's Peak, Tram Peak. Now what I've done is I pre-booked the tickets, and I got particularly a Ruby Pass, which basically whenever you go to tram there's a massive queues. The Ruby Pass costs you a little bit extra but allows you to skip all the queue and you basically get in on the tram. We were very close to the front of it when we got to the tram, and even when you get to the top you have the ticket entry to the Sky Terrace, and even there you can, if there's a busy time, you can skip the queue with the Ruby Pass as well, and the pass allows you to enter different exhibitions that are happening at the time. This time when we were there, we went in, there was an exhibition of old snacks and memorabilia from 60s and 70s and 80s in Hong Kong. And the views, of course, from the Sky Terrace were amazing. It was quite windy day when we were there and quite cold. Like even people, locals, were saying that was probably as cold as it gets in Hong Kong. So we were unlucky, but it wasn't at least raining, but it was just very windy. Apart from that, we basically just roamed around the different areas of the city. Just sometimes walking, it's the best way to discover it. But at the same time, word of warning, Hong Kong and certain areas is quite hilly. So if you're not really good a walker, uphill and downhill and uphill again and downhill again, word of warning, there's a lot of that in Hong Kong. But it's a great way to discover little nooks and crannies of the city. For the final meal of our trip in Hong Kong, I did research and we went to a place called Holy Hawk. No pun intended. But it was a very quirky place. I actually didn't take any photographs of the food because of the whole atmosphere, and we missed out a lot of opportunities for that. I think I have a short image of the place. It's very quirky. The decor is quite different and unusual and smart. At the same time, the food was delicious. We had some little dim sums, and especially one that I would recommend to try would be prawn toast, and then we had lovely calamari as well, and we had roast goose. And then for desserts, we tried, from recommendation, we got a French toast, their version of French toast, served with coconut ice cream, peanut butter, and caramelized milk. So in general, we didn't get over the bay. We didn't do the Stars Promenade. We didn't get the ferry just purely because we were there for a short time, but there's definitely so much to do. There's a whole different sections of Hong Kong to be discovered. So hopefully if we ever try to get back here, we'll do more to visit. So That's kind of it for the Hong Kong. The next stop is Manila and our trip all over the Philippines. So this is something that we'll be looking forward and will be definitely exciting. Talk to you soon.